Alright, so my voice is still a piece of crap, but I have a bunch of doctor stuff that I need to do this week, so I'm going to try and record a ranked Ravnica Allegiance draft, and it's going to be really exciting, and let's get started. I loved the Ravnica Allegiance format. Uh, One archetype I really enjoyed was Riot. Another one I really enjoyed was Random Flyers. There's a Stomping Grounds in here, which I think I need for my collection, but I don't really want to get. So I think I'm just going to take the Rhythm of the Wild because drafting like a team or rhythm deck seems great. So I think the best cards in this pack are like Pestilent Spirit, Chillbringer, Grasping Thrall, Law Mage's Binding, all great. I think I'm just going to go with Chillbringer. I could take Pestilent Spirit because there is Rakdos, so I could be Jund, basically. But I love me some Chillbringers. So here, there's a Zerta Goblin, which is just a very aggressive card. There's a Skatewing Spy, Frilled Mystic. If I take Zerta Goblin, I'm kind of committing really hard to Gruul. If I take Skatewing Spy, Skatewing Spy is actually super good with Rhythm of the Wild. Oh, wow. So if I Rhythm of the Wild puts +1/+1 counters on my creatures, and Skatewing Spy gives them flying. Okay, yeah, we're going to try that. Zerta Goblin is a little color intensive for what I want to do because you generally don't want to play cards that cost, color when you're playing a 3-color deck because in order to have them on turn 2, you have to have those very specific mana requirements. Here, pretty easily taking Zoroform Hybrid. It's a great adapt creature. It becomes a 6/6, which is ginormous. Give it flying, yes please. And Skittereel's great in that archetype too. But yeah, we're pretty happy with those Zoroform hybrids. Here, I could take Titanic Brawl, which costs 1 less to cast if it targets a creature. I can draw the +1/+1 counter on it. I could also take another Zoroform hybrid. I think I'm going to take the first Titanic Brawl though. And I'm super excited about this Gateway Sneak. If we want to play Rhythm of the Wild still, which I do, probably going to want to play Gates. And putting a +1/+1 counter on it, then giving it flying, just chef's kiss. I probably didn't need to restate the fact that I was making a chef's kiss motion, but I realized that this is an audio format, so you might not have been able to tell what I was doing. Here, I'm just going to take Stony Strength. It's a weird shift because combat tricks are not very good in War of the Spark, but I think especially in the Simic deck, combat trick that includes +1/+1 counters is pretty sweet. Here, I'm going to take Swirling Torrent. It is top end. It is top end that I don't want a lot of copies of, but it is a pretty huge tempo swing, so we'll take it. Here, ooh, I could take Territorial Bore. It is another 2-drop. I could also take High Alert, which is pretty sweet with what we have so far, because everything that isn't just a square card that has the same power and toughness has got booty. I'm going to take it. And immediately punished, but we'll take the Steeple Creeper still. I'll take another Stony Strength. I'm not sure if I'm going to play it here. I could take a Gift of Strength or a Humongulous. Humongulous is sweet with High Alert. I'm going to take the Gift of Strength and the Thought Collapse, which I might actually run. Alright, so we have Warrant Warden, which is just a generally good card. If we're playing this High Alert, we're in pretty good shape with that. There's a Law Mage's Binding, a Fairy Duelist, which is my favorite combat trick in this format. There's a Gates Ablaze, which we could take speculatively. We do not have any Gates yet, even though we do have enough like good, slightly off-color cards that we might. I think I'm just going to take the on-color card, though. Immediately punished, question mark. I guess I take the Bulrak Clan Crusher. Get the point is a little far off. Wrecking Beast is pretty sweet, especially in the sealed version of this format. I'm just gonna take this card though. Okay. So we could take like Summary Judgment. Hero Precinct 1 is not great in this deck. I could also take Rakdos Guildgate. Ugh. These packs have not been super friendly to us. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Summary Judgment because I was going to say we don't have many on-color great green cards. However, Collision Colossus is pretty good. That we could also just take a Simic Guildgate, which might actually be the correct answer because we do want to have gates. Collision Colossus is great though because dealing with flyers is important in this format. You can cast it with just green mana, or you can totally murder your opponents. Huh. That's actually kind of a tough one. I think I'm going to take the Simic Guildgate because we're not red-green 100% yet. I think that Collision Colossus gets a lot worse because then you're only playing it as a plummet. Here, I could take a Territorial Boar. There's also Arrester's Admonition and Slimebind, which I like a lot. And I think I'm going to... What am I going to take? I'm going to take the Arrester's Admonition because I want a way to like force through this Gateway Sneak. Speaking of that, Terramander is pretty sweet. However, I think I want Applied Biomancy more because the Tempo Swing is pretty important to me. I guess I just take the Azorius Night Arbiter. This card is the nut with High Alert. Here, I could take a Azorius Locket, which, if anything, splashes the Warden half of the Warrant Warden, which I'm going to take even if I don't have any white fixing. I could also just take Senate Griffin, which I think I'm going to do because flyers are good. Wow, we wield this Fairy Duelist? Alright, I'm into it. I'll take this uncommon card from the Vault Progress. Here, it's between Azorius Locket and like Rakdos Guildgate, which is just a Guildgate right now because we don't have any black cards we're trying to splash, and it's not technically fixing because it doesn't add one of our primary colors, which are green and blue. I think I'm going to take the Azorius Locket because my white cards have been looking pretty good. We wield the Collision Colossus, which I will take this time. And there's a Screaming Shield, which is sweet with our Warrant Warden. Or not our Warrant Warden. Our High Alert. But it is pretty inefficient, and it feels a little shaky, especially since High Alert is something that we would end up splashing. So I'm just going to take a Wrecking Beast. I'm going to take a Coral Commando. I feel like I am the only person who has ever run a Coral Commando in this format. Wowzers. Okay. Well, so there are 3 great Azorius cards just in a row here. And I'm going to take, I think, the Deputy of Detention. It's a removal spell, which is very good. Alright, so let's do that. And cross our fingers we're going to pick up some fixing, I guess. Here, I think I take Gyre Engineer. I don't know, though. Or I could always just take Senate Courier and move away from green. I think I'm going to do that. So, wow. Thrash Threat. Okay, I'm going back to green because Thrash Threat is also a great card. Alright. Now we have some options. So there's an Open the Gates, which currently gets our Simic Guildgate or a basic land. We have Azorius Guildgate, which is great for all of these sweet blue-white cards that we have. There's also Essence Capture, which I don't have enough 2-drops, I think, to want to play Essence Capture. And there's a Law Mage's Binding, which is a great white card that I would like to splash. I think I'm just going to take the Azorius Guildgate because we have this, where to go? Gateway Sneak. And then here, it's pretty easily just another Fairy Duelist. Wow. There's another Law Mage's Binding, and there's another Azorius Guildgate. So let's take a look here. I'm probably not going to play this. I'm probably not going to play this. Probably not going to play this. I haven't gotten any red fixing, that's why. Summary Judgment is something I could see playing. Junk Troller is I'm probably not playing regardless of whether I run this High Alert or not. And Deputy of Detention. So we have probably not running either of these because I have this gift of strength. And I could see not running the growth spiral as well. How many removal spells do I have? I have Warrant Warden, Thrash Threat. Oh, and this is something that I'll play only if I play the Hyler, which means I need more mana fixing. And Thought Collapse is something I'd probably sideboard. So, Applied Biomancy, Titanic Brawl, Coral Commando is something that I want to cut. So I don't feel like I necessarily need the Law Mage's Binding. I would like it, but I think I actually do need this Azorius Guild Gate. Here, I think I'm just going to take the Axebane Beast over like the Gruul Locket, although I could see taking the Gruul Locket because being able to cast threat would be pretty good, but I just want more creatures. Okay. So we have another Titanic Brawl, which I could see taking. Coral Commando, get out of here. I don't want that card in my deck. Otherwise, I would love to have another Azorius Night Arbiter. I'm going to do that. We're going to have some fun with a capital. Do I even play? Okay, here's a real question. Do I even play green in this deck? So, can I sort these? Oh my god. No! Which I guess is like fine. Because my green is just so boring and nothing. So I have Junk Troller I can put back in there if I need it. And Thought Collapse. Okay. What if we cut all of these green cards that are garbage anyway? Well, they're not like technically garbage. So I have 21, I have 18 cards. I could take like Senate Courier or Senate Griffin. This goes here. And like splash Titanic Brawl? That seems worse. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. That seems way worse. I think I'm just gonna take the Sour Farm Hybrid because having 2 drops in this format is the nut. Prying Eyes can go on the sideboard. Oh, we're not playing sideboarded games. That's right. Huh. So take Territorial Bore. Essence Capture Wield. Okay. This is ridiculous, you guys. It hasn't been that long since the format was here. Okay, we have double Gruul Locket, which means that the threat part of Thrash Threat might be on the table. Okay. So we've cut one of those. I want that. The question is, are we playing this Hyler plan? I'm okay splashing for like Deputy of Detention, Summary Judgment, and Warden. Get the Star Farm back in here, Titanic Brawl back in there, Wrecking Beast, Steeple Creeper probably. Definitely Thrash Threat, and Applied Biomancy. So what does our highlight plan look like? We can actually cut this Territorial Bore. We have enough 2-drops, I think. Steeple Creeper is real awkward with it. So is Senate Griffin. It makes our other guys hit pretty hard, but I think this is kind of a trap. So yeah, we're going to keep the Steeple Creeper in. We're going to keep the Azorius Night Arbiter in because splashing it is a little bit free. I want to put the Growth Spiral in. I could also cut something and add Gruul Locket. I could straight run this Collision Colossus. If I did that too, I would feel a lot better about it. Oh, Like Senate Courier is probably our worst card at this point. I think this can go. No, come back, Islands. I need you. and maybe a Zorius Night Arbiter, and we'll just do that. Play Collision. This deck is so weird. I don't know if it's good. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing here. Could also run Gift of Strength, but we'll see how it goes, I think. I'm excited. This deck is exactly the kind of deck that I would draft, although the cards, I think the quality is a little bit less good than what I would hope for. I'll see you guys in round 1, though. All right, let's see what our deck can do. This is actually a great hand. I like it a lot. We've got our turn 1 Guildgate. We've got Fixing. We've got a 2-drop. This is great. Keep 7. Opponent's on the Spear plan, which is really good for us, and we drew our last color that we needed. Okay, Spear is a little bit better if they're playing like a Hackrobat. No, they're not playing a Hackrobat. Well, in that case, we're just going to play the Seraphim Hybrid. What we're probably going to end up doing at some point is giving Seraphim Hybrid +1/+1 and bouncing one of their creatures with his applied Biomancy, which is sweet. Blade Juggler. I don't want to bounce that card. Makes it mildly awkward to play the Scroll Locket. Oh, never mind. Okay. Well, now, guess we play Plains. Next to combat, I'll attack. This Fairy Duelist is going to get them on the attack or block, so this is fine. Because we can just play Fairy Duelist, shrink their Blade Juggler, block it, although it just reduces the damage that we're being dealt. That's fine. I should have kept a green up. This also allows us to play Gruul Locket and hold up Applied Biomancy next turn. So it's just like, we'll be fine. Roast out. I don't like all of these lands that we're drawing at all. Can't really attack with the Seraphim Hybrid into the Roustabout. Because we've been playing forests instead of islands, next turn we can crack Gruul Locket if we wanted to. Resolves. Our opponent's still at a lower life total than us, although they won't be this turn probably. Alright, something pre-combat. Maybe skewer the critics. Okay. Well, giving it +1/+1 doesn't do anything. I might bounce it to my hand because having this creature is pretty valuable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose both. This one gets +1/+1 until end of turn, returning this one to my owner's hand. We're 1 for winning with the removal spell, and we'll be able to trade this Fairy Duelist with one of their creatures, should they decide to attack, which I don't see why they wouldn't. I'm going to block here because there is a 2-mana double Raise Dead in this format. So I don't really want this Blade Juggler to go in the bin. Drawing all of these lands is so bad for us. Wow. I guess Seraphim Hybrid just trades with Blade Juggler. This is not great. Chillbringer would be nice because it gives us an opportunity to draw into something else. There's the Hackrobat. Opponent's deck is really good. So we're going to play this Forest so we can crack this. because we literally have nothing else going on. Okay, this is garbage. Okay, I think we're dead. Yeah, we are. Okay, we're dead. That's too bad. Okay, and this is going first. This is such a sketchy keep, but we're gonna keep it anyway. And this has nothing in any way to do with the fact that we got so flooded in game one. Easy Guildgate turn one. Easy game. We don't have to rely on Duelist as our turn two play anymore. And this is another situation where we might wait till turn four to play our Locket because we have a couple of combat tricks that we can play. However, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to attack with Soar from Hybrid because it's not blocking anyway, and then play my Locket so that I have plenty of options next turn. And our opponent didn't block because we could have just like cast Applied Biomancy or whatever. Blood Mist Infiltrator. Alright, so I think what I want to do instead of just Arrestor's Admonitioning this Blood Mist Infiltrator, I'm just going to attack into it, see what they do. Ooh, they bought it. Okay, that makes this turn a lot better because we can Fairy Duelist, target the Blood Mist Infiltrator, kill it, and then Arrestor's Admonition this Rakdos Trumpeter, which takes a lot of pressure off us, and we drew our 6th mana for the Sorrowform Hybrid Adapt. So we will play this. Next, all attack. And they're not blocking because we can just make this a 6/6, eat their creature for free. And now our Titanic Brawl only costs 1, and we have a 6/6 with which to fight everything. Alright. Wow, these games are going a lot faster than they did in War. Here was me being worried about running out of time. Alright. Gosh, we're still so behind on these two quests. Okay. Well, so this is a hand that's pretty similar to our last hand, except we don't have any cards that we can play in it. If we don't draw a green source, the Swirling Torrent is coming down on turn 6, and that'll be our first play of the game. So this hand is a lot like our first hand, or our hand last game, except for we can't cast any of these spells with the land that we have, so we're going to take a mulligan. This hand is way better, we'll keep that. And as much as I would like to draw a land, I would like to draw some action, and we're on the draw, so I'm just going to bottom it. Especially since it's not like an Azorius Guildgate or anything like that. Right, perfect. We drew a land that can cast our Azorius spells. Gravelhide Goblin. Okay. Probably going to trade this first Sorrowform Hybrid with the Gravelhide Goblin. Especially since we drew Chillbringer, like our top end is looking pretty good. We just need to survive to it. So we're not necessarily hurting for things to do in the later turns, so having a having the ability to make this a 6/6 isn't a huge deal. Alright, if our opponent okay, well. Here, I'm just going to play Sorrowform Hybrid and pass. I'm not going to kill the Smeltward Ignis. Or trade with the Smeltward Ignis, probably. Or okay. Well, this is dumb. Alright. Our mana is real awkward right now. I think we just pass, though. We're not going to attack, because if we attack, I guarantee to have to blow one of these spells if they block. And our opponent said good game, I think a little prematurely. This game is by far not over. Alright, so they attacked with it, which is... Oh, no, I was about to say. If they had attacked with it, we would have just real blown them out. Okay, Titanic Brawl. Alright, well, we'll just pass again. Titanic Brawl is nice because it combines well with Applied Biomancy. Both of their creatures have 2 power, 2 toughness, or 2 power, 2 or less toughness. So if they play a third creature here, for example, a Steeple Creeper, we could give this creature +2 +1/+1, bounce the Steeple Creeper, eat their Territorial Boar, and block their Small Word Ignis, or something like that. We can do a lot of things. Light up the stage. They're just casting light up the stage. Okay. I'm not in a rush to do anything. They have a okay. Gruul Spellbreaker is a little bit awkward because it's just bigger than what I have. I'm really regretting bottoming that island now. I would have been able to like cast Chillbringer or probably just make a Sphinx token. Okay, cool. I'm gonna make a Sphinx token. Making a Sphinx token here so I can just start getting aggressive. I'm not super worried about this Gruul Spellbreaker. It's not attacking this turn because if they made it a 3/3, they couldn't attack into my Sphinx. And Thrash Threat. Okay. So I could just thrash the Spellbreaker with the Sphinx. I think that's what I'm going to do. Target creature I control deals. Okay. And this is because I could have like waited for them to attack and then applied Biomancy my Sphinx and okay, stop. You're not allowed to talk anymore. Rebel Bolt Recluse. Okay, that's fine. That's getting chill brought. Or Swirling Torrenton. Yeah. Fairy Duelist. Okay. Yeah, I think I just want to lock it down and play another flyer. One of the nice things about playing a tempo game, or one of the important things to remember about trying to play a tempo game, is you want to play threats while making sure your opponent can't attack you or play out their own threats. So Chillbringer is great because it gets rid of a blocker if the Sauroform hybrid was in a position to attack. It gets rid of an attacker. This thing is huge. And if it attacked me next turn, I would be in a world of a third of my life total lower. And this is just a huge flyer. Okay, that's unfortunate. I could have countered it if I had applied Biomancy up. My mana situation is a little awkward. Okay, so no more threats. We have no more threats. Okay, no blocks. Another awkward thing is this Smelt Word Ignis can steal Sauroform Hybrid. So here, I think I just want to get rid of 2 of their creatures. So that goes on top of your library, that goes back to your hand. I'm going to attack them back. I need to draw another island so that I can cast Applied Biomancy and Fairy Duelist in the same turn. And Swirling Torrent was a tempo play there because they can't cast both of these creatures in one turn. And if they have a bunch of green spells in hand, they can't cast Territorial Boar and any of a bunch of their green spells. Okay, so they're just replaying their Bolt Recluse. Alright, so I want to try to find another island. That's the opposite of an island. Okay, so they're playing their Territorial Boar. Interesting. What else are they doing? Spike wheel acrobat. All right. Well, deputy of detention is interesting because I don't really have a way to protect it right now. And this is going to come in as a 3/3. Attack as a 3/3. So I think I want to just hold up. I'm going to take 5 from this. Oh, that's so gross. I want to hold up Applied Biomancy Titanic Brawl, or alternatively Fairy Duelists Titanic Brawl. Oh, that bottoming that island was such a bad decision. We'll see what our opponent does though. It's likely that they just play the Rebel Belt Recluse pre-combat. So that resolves. This is going to get pumped. I think what I want to do is Applied Biomancy, give this +1/+1, return this to its owner's hand, because I want to Deputy of Detention that, and then we're going to fight. And then if they attack with their Smell Word Ignis, I don't care, I'll block. Because even though this has 1 damage marked on it, like, this is going to be really annoying. Like I said, I can't adapt this card while this is on the battlefield, so. And that means that they have to pay full retail for this Spike Wheel Acrobat. So I guess I just Deputy of Detention this Rebel Belt Recluse. Wrecking Beast is nice because it gives a blocker for their absurdly large creatures. I have another gate. They have to pay full retail for their Spike Wheel. I'm going to play out Senate Griffin if I don't draw any lands. Oh no, they have Titanic Brawl. Oh no, this sucks. Okay. Untapped land. Essence Capture. God, this is so bad. Okay, so I'm going to play this. That goes on the bottom. I would like to draw lands. Biogenic Ooze is so bad too. Oh no. We're just going to lose this game to this Biogenic Ooze. Okay, that's just... I'm not happy. Let's see. So I could Fairy Duelist, block. Nope, can't do that. I mean, our board is just going to be gone. What can we draw? We don't have anything that gives us +2/+2, otherwise I would have been sick. Okay, no, they just definitely win. Okay, that's too bad. We were stuck on 1 blue mana for a long time. Alright, well, let's give it another shot. Wow, an actual, like, kind of decent hand. Sweet. One thing I wanted to address was why I muted my opponent in the last round. If you remember, because it was just about 10 minutes ago, they were stuck on 2 lands and they got salty. And, like, after they missed their 3rd land drop, they emoted good game. But they definitely were still in that game to the point where they actually came back and won. Because my hand was kind of gross too. So, in conclusion, missing your 3rd land drop does not necessarily mean that you're going to lose the game. Alright, so we get to play Growth Spiral. Hopefully we draw into like an Azorius Guild Gate. Alright, we did not, but we drew into another land, which is great because it means that we are on track to Soroform Hybrid next turn. Fairy Duelist is pretty sweet against these black-white decks because black-white has, I think, at least 2 Death Touchers that are small. So taking away their power is pretty sweet. And I'm just going to attack and pass because I don't want to get Summary Judgmented in response to me spending 6 mana. But I am, at the end of their turn, probably going to activate this because I want to be able to cast Wrecking Beast next turn. They're probably going to say play a card now because they haven't played a card all game. It might be a removal spell, which would be super unfortunate. Oh, Summary Judgment deals damage to target tapped creature. Okay. Final payment. That's fine. If we draw a land, we get to just attack them for 6. We did not draw land. This is okay. Yeah, final payment. It's kind of whatever. Carrying it, sure. So they gain life, some of that life back. Alright, so draw another land. Gonna play this guy. Give it haste. And attack with it. They might have another final judgment, which would be unfortunate, but they could also have, I guess, no, they couldn't have another summary judgment. A final payment, rather. Alright, this is fine. Cool, so we drew Senate Griffin, which is great because it means we get to get him with Fairy Duelist at some point, and we'll keep that applied Biomancy on top. They're probably going to attack with both of these cards, and then I get to block the 10th District Veteran and Fairy Duelist it. Actually, I think it's just going to be the Syndicate Messenger because being able to attack with my flyer is pretty good. Even though they do get a token, it's kind of whatever. See, there's one of the Death Touchers I was talking about. Fortunately, our cards are all flyers now. So here, I think what I'm going to do is attack first. See if they have like a summary judgment or something. And then I think I'm just going to pass the turn. I can take 4 damage, whatever, and crack the Gruul Locket because this was the biggest card in my deck. Swirling Torrent is good, but I'm trading 6 mana for essentially 3 mana and a draw step, which is, I'd rather use this turn where I'm not really doing anything to hold up Applied Biomancy and crack or crack this Gruul Locket. They were considering playing around another Fairy Duelist. Okay, so that's gonna resolve. I think before blocks, I'm actually gonna crack this because I'm pretty sure I have 2 Fairy Duelists in this deck. Okay, didn't draw another Fairy Duelist. That's fine. Okay, that's also acceptable. Play Chili Bee. And I'm just gonna lock down this Forbidding Spirit because I'm gonna have to pay mana to attack with Senate Griffin to attack with my creature, so I'm just going to attack with Senate Griffin. They can tap it with 10th District Veteran, but and between Applied Biomancy and Swirling Torrent, we can remove enough blockers, probably, save for if they have Swirling Spirit, Forbidden Spirit plus another flyer, that we're good to go. So I think we just take this 10th District Veteran. I'm not blocking the Twilight Panther. Consigned to the pit. Okay. So I think we're just gonna do the easy thing. There's this. +1+1. Return to its owner's hand. Okay, cool. We did it. We did it with this Summary Judgment in our hand the entire time. This hand is not great. We can't cast this Essence Capture, but we can cast this Fairy Duelist and this Applied Biomancy. And we have our Benchwarmer All-Star, Swirling Torrent. Okay, so I'm, again, definitely playing the Sword from Hybrid. It's a little bit more awkward if I decide to hold up Essence Capture, but it attacks into things more frequently. And we get to attack. So, oh gosh. Okay, so we drew the Gateway Sneak, which is great with Applied Biomancy, not great when you don't have lands, but that's okay. We'll get them next time. And this is what I'm saying. Like, our hand is pretty nice. And here I'm definitely just running out the Fairy Duelists because I can't, like, get them with Duelist, because even if their veteran has 0 power, it still has more toughness than Sword from Hybrid has power. Play Gateway Sneak, because again, we want to try and get in with this Applied Biomancy. Theater of Horrors. Okay, so there's straight Mardu. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is you get +1/+1. You get bounced. Especially since they have a card that has Spectacle. I would like to get in with my cards and get rid of their attacker. And if they just replay it, then we have this Chillbringer. If they play literally anything else, we have this Chillbringer. Grasping Throw, sure. Okay, cool. So actually, I get a really good turn, considering I'm stuck at 4 lands. We get to Collision this Grasping Throw, which again takes away a source of their damage for Theater. And then whatever they play next turn, we get to Essence Capture it, probably put it on the Gateway Sneak. Another Grasping Throw, nice. I hope they play like Archway Angel, something big that we Essence Capture. I'm definitely putting the counter on the Gateway Sneak. Okay, Concordia Pegasus. Am I definitely putting the counter on the Gateway Sneak? Yeah, I guess. Oh. Because hopefully we get to Chillbringer or whatever it is they play, like this 10th District Veteran that they play also. Although that Concordia Pegasus might have been better to let resolve because we have the Summary Judgment. Doesn't matter, we drew the land. Man, this Gateway Sneak is such a good card. See what I'm talking about though? It feels like we're very in control of this game right now. And we missed our 3rd land drop. Our opponent that other round a few rounds ago was just being a baby. And I'm not just bitter because they beat us. So we have, if we draw land, we have Swirling Torrent, Consume. All right, well, okay. I guess I place Guildgate, even though, I should have attacked with Gateway Sneak and see if I draw Seeing if I drew an untapped land. Okay. Thrash Threat. Guess I play a Zorius Locket. Do I play the Summary Judgment? Yeah, I think I do. I think I Summary Judgment because otherwise it just gives them a free way to unlock the spells under Theater of Horrors. What do they have under there? Bring to Trial, Grasping Throw. Yeah, I don't want them to just get a free Grasping Throw. Consigned to the Pit, sure. And they get to play like Footlight Fiend now, land. They can't cast Bring to Trial on any of my creatures. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to activate this. Oh, do I not have it? I don't have a second green source. Okay. Well, in that case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put target creature on top of its owner's library. Because otherwise this Footlight Fiend will just trade with my Sorrowform Hybrid. This is just lethal. Got him. Can't believe we didn't have a second green source. Alright, well, I'll see you guys in the next game. Alright, well, I think this is as good as it's going to get. We also get the fun Conceal Fairy Duelist play of hold up green-blue, and then if we need Fairy Duelist, we can cast it. If we don't, we just Growth Spiral. So I think I'm going to hold on to both. Okay, they just made phase or Growth Spiral. Sweet. Because I want to be able to Gateway Sneak. Sneaky sneak. I want to defend the Gateway Sneak, rather. Alright, double Fairy Duelist. Cool, cool. Incubation Druid. Okay. I wonder if they're going to let me draw a card. Can we drew green source? Drat. Okay, well, we'll just cast this 4-2. Steeple Creeper is also sweet with Fairy Duelist because it's got such a high power and such a low toughness that people just like put their dorks in front of it. You Fairy Duelist, get them. One of the fun things that they get to try and do next turn, if we let them, is activate their Incubation Druid. I think what I'm going to do is just give Steeple Creeper flying and attack with it. Okay, well, do they have another Fairy Duelist? I'd be peeved if they have 2 Fairy Duelists. And I wasn't holding mine up. Okay, no, they did not. Because that would have been super sweet, because they would have traded like my 7 mana for their nothing. Okay, if they activate Incubation Druid, I just want to draw my one of my bounce spells, please. Windstorm Drake. Okay, so that's something we can actually just collision. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attack with, I think, just both of these. Nah, not Gateway Sneak. Gateway. So they're going to block with their Fairy Duelist. We're going to pay these colors to collision this Windstorm Drake. So we trade 1 for 1 there and 0 for 1 there, so it's a 2 for 1. And we get to hold up these Fairy Duelists still. I'm gonna play the growth spiral. If I hit a gate off of it, I'm not going to play it. Okay, did not hit a gate. Next turn. Skatewing Spy, you say? Well, I think I just play both of my adapt cards and pass. Frilled Mystic? That's BS. Okay, well in that case, what I'm going to do, Skatewing Spy is Dobbs. I'm going to attack with my Steeple Creeper. Bro, you play this card in your deck too. Fairy Duelist, yeah. And now we have 2/2 drops in hand. So we can like activate Steeple Creeper, attack with it if we need to, Fairy Duelist. If we don't, play Sorrow Farm Hybrid and be in pretty good shape, I think. Are they gonna like activate Incubation Druid? No. Are they gonna do anything? Maybe not. Well, let's see if this works. They might like bounce it, I guess. This Steeple Creeper's been doing a ton of work though. Applied Biomancy. Sure. They're still not, they still haven't gotten a chance to activate their Incubation Druid, which I consider to be a win. Alright, well, let's play that. Next turn we can like Gruul Lock it into Steeple Creeper. Are they gonna play another Frilled Mystic? Because I would be peeved. Okay, no they're not. Arrester's Admonition, you say? I think first things first. I'm the realist. I will attack with this guy. So Arrester's Admonition is great because eventually they're going to sink a ton of mana into this thing, and then we'll have them. But until then, I'm going to play a little bit cautious. Yep. This is fine. Oh, are they going to fight it? I would be so upset. Oh, they're going to thought collapse it. Okay, that's fine. As long as they're not... Oh no, my guild gates. Drawing 7 guild gate would still be sweet. Chili beat. Alright. Tapping that guy. Sure. I'd be super happy if they attacked with this Incubation Druid. You got it. Ooh, hello. Okay, I'll play this Deputy of Detention. And get to draw cards. Oh, this is so good. Because we Deputy their Chillbringer. Then we get to attack with both of our creatures. Yes, so good. Really glad I picked this card. I was a little bit skeptical because it, reasons. The sneak is finally going to fulfill its destiny of drawing cards. They could Titanic Brawl with the Incubation Druid, in which case I'm going to bounce the heck out of this card. And I didn't get the draw off of the Arrester's Admonition, but I did eat their Titanic Brawl, and I tapped drawing for that. Oh, well. No, I didn't. Just kidding. I needed to tap the blue mana. But yeah, this is totally great. They have enough mana to activate this Incubation Druid. Which they might do right away. Okay, yeah, they're doing it right away. I don't know why. Oh, well, that's a pretty good reason to do it. Um, so we have 7, 7 here, confirm. Yeah, okay. So we can actually get in with all of our creatures again, which is great. At this point, I'm just clearing blockers away. Creature I control, target creature you control. Attack you for a bunch. Get to draw a card again. I don't think that was an aggressive use of it at all, even though I'm like tapped out now. Because again, it got to draw me a card. So that's fine. And we have a 6/6, a potentially unblockable creature, and a flyer, which are all great. If they kill this Deputy of Detention, I'm a little sad. Because then they get the Chillbringer back, which taps down the Swordform hybrid, but like, honestly, guys, it's Swirling Torrent. Okay, so they were looking for a thing to do. Because, like, if they just bounce our Deputy of Detention, we don't care. So attack for those guys. The nice thing is we don't even need to put any mana into the Swordform hybrid for it to be lethal next turn. Like, the only thing that they could have is another Swirling Torrent, and if they do, we just flash it in this Fairy Duelist. Gate Colossus. That doesn't do it. Okay, yep. Yep. Perfect. We did it! Wow, this deck is actually doing okay. I was a little worried because the power level seems kind of low. This hand's great. We'll keep it. We get the classic Swordform hybrid into Fairy Duelist start. We have this Deputy of Detention for later. Yeah, so I might have started the sentence earlier, but I was a little leery of taking Deputy of Detention because it's a 3 mana off-color card, which means that generally we're probably not going to play it on turn 3. The thing about Deputy of Detention is, in this format, it's a lot less of an aggressive card than in like Modern, for example. So we there's a good chance that we just don't want to play it on turn 3 anyway. Like, if this was an island, for example, would we have played it this turn? Hell no. And I'll respond by Growth Spiraling, because we don't really care about the Gyre Engineer quite yet. I might kill it, though, because our opponent looks to be on, like, a pretty aggressive deck. So, or not aggressive, ramp-heavy deck. So I would like to get rid of their mana sources. We have a lot of rares in this deck, just thinking about it. I'd like to draw a way to play the Senate Griffin, please. I was about to say, this looks like they have a thing to play, because they still have this tapped land in their hand. Essence Capture, that's not great. We will attack. So we can cash in one of these Fairy Duelists. Even if they don't block, like, if they attack next turn, we Fairy Duelist it then. Alright. Excellent. Now we have a flyer. What are you doing? Blue source. Hey, it's a blue source. It's also a white source. It's like not great because we want to be able to hold up Essence Capture this turn because we're not really doing anything else. That's okay. Summary Judgment. That's fine. Like, we're not anywhere close to making it more than a 2/2, so it's gotten in plenty of damage. And we're certainly 100% holding up this Essence Capture as long as humanly possible. This could get a non-land permanent, so we could take their Locket, but that doesn't seem worth it at all. Especially since we'd have to tap out of Essence Capture. Alright, never mind, we're not doing that. Plans have changed. They don't have the ability to unlock the Locket yet. Is that the flavor of that? Could be. Okay. So we still can't cast anything and hold up Essence Capture, which is fine. We've got this 11 turn clock going, so we don't really need anything else. And our opponent's got so much mana, I'm very concerned. Alright, Titanic Ball is a good draw in that whenever they get around to playing creatures, we can start killing them. Or, well as a 1/2 can kill a creature. Alright, so now they're drawing with their locket. That's fine. I guess no. I was about to say, I guess I could have Deputy of Detentioned it before they had the mana to activate it, but that's just not true. Yeah, I guess I Essence Capture that. Put that here. They might have like a Thought Erasure. Frilled Mystic, sure. This is fine. So they get their Frilled Mystic, they get their Brush Strider, they get their 2 life. I think I'm going to hold on to this Fairy Duelist, because now I can... Well, if I draw a land... Alright, well I didn't draw land. Okay. I think I'm still going to play this, though. Oh, do they have their own? Oh, that'd be so rough. Okay. Oh, that's too bad. We still attack. I guess I should have played the Senate Griffin, because then I could have followed up Fairy Duelist, but that's okay. Applied Biomancy is not ideal, I'm going to go ahead and say. Just because, like, bouncing either of these 2 creatures makes me sad. But I could play Senate Griffin and hold up Fairy Duelist. Or I could play Deputy of Detention. I think I want to play Senate Griffin, because I think Deputy is very good, and also the Scry on Senate Griffin is very good. Gateway Sneak. I don't actually want that card, because I'm racing now, and a 1/3 doesn't really help in the race. And they only have 2 cards in hand, so I am going to go for the Fairy Duelist, block the Brush Strider. Okay, so they're just trading there. That's unfortunate, but okay. So now I'm going to Deputy the Frilled Mystic, which is a little bit awkward because the Frilled Mystic has an Enter the Battlefield ability. Fortunately, they need like a very specific mix of cards to like counter the spell that we cast by getting rid of the Deputy of Detention. We're gonna play Steeple Creeper, which I think in this situation is much better than the Gateway Guardian, because we get to... Okay, they're scooping. All right. Well, because it has 4 power, which is a far higher clock. We might make it out of the tier 4 before we end. And we cast 30 white or green spells. And we got a War of the Spark pack. Sick. I can't keep this hand. Alright, well I can keep this hand, mostly because it's got cards I can play before turn infinity. If we draw an island. Our opponent also mulliganed, so that's good. And we'll keep that on top because I love the Stormform Hybrid Fairy Duelist combo. And we get to play it on turn 2. Alright, they have a Spear Spewer, which is not great news for us. But if we draw an island, we can fairy... Oh, they have good cards in their deck too. Well, good cards, especially in this situation, as I'm assuming they're missing a land color. Okay, well, that's not happening. Not attacking into the Rixmani Reveler, so we could do better than that. I'd like to draw an island, though. That'd be super good. They're not attacking with their Rixmani Reveler either. Wow. They don't want to trade either. Why not? Your card's already done stuff. I guess usually I attack if I have a trick, and me not attacking lets my opponent know that I don't have a trick, therefore they should attack. Versus now, I'm definitely attacking because I have a trick, and suddenly, like, what are they gonna do? Block? Yeah, because, yeah, they're gonna block because that's why they were no attaxing. But now I just get to blow them out with my creature, and suddenly they're super behind in this race because they're playing double Spear Spewer. Okay, and I have 5 lands. Okay, Burning Tree Vandal. If they attack with it, I probably block it. Because I have other things I want to do with my mana. Like, I just want to get super aggressive. They have another mountain. Okay, cool, cool. Wait, I can Deputy of Detention these Spear Spewers. Do I even want to do that? I think I do, mostly so that they don't get the, what's it called? Spectacle. Get rid of these guys. And they can't block. Wow, Deputy's so good. Additionally, there's like a small bonus of if they get rid of Deputy of Detention, which they're likely to do, they're a red deck. Oh, that's less good. But if they do that, then they're getting 2 Spear Spewers back, which is like not a huge deal. Let's see. And I get to play a Steeple Creeper and protect it with this Arrester's Admonition if I need to. If they play up 2 creatures, that doesn't do anything. Alright, so I can still protect this. I'm going to activate it. Alright, so they're gonna Dagger Caster. That's fine. I'm not. They get to Spectacle something maybe? But what are they okay, they're just conceding. Alright, I was about to say, what are they spectacling in red? They might have been mono red, we don't know. Alright, we ranked up. Sweet. I'll see you guys in the last match. See, this is what I like. We're at the last match. We have 2 losses already. So you get some good suspense. Hi, I just got your call. I'm assuming Gemma's done? Alright, I'll be over there soon. Thank you. Bye. Oh, I think I keep this. It's got a removal spell, it's got some threats, it's got my off-color mana, so all I need to do is draw an island. See, hello. And like a 2-drop. It's really all I needed. Alright, well, we have a blue source regardless of what land we draw. And like I said, I'm probably not going to play this Deputy of Detention on turn 3, but let's get it done. Okay, our opponent's playing Boros, which is not a guild that is officially in this set. Well, okay. Neither is Selesnya. I shouldn't be talking. What am I doing? Alright, still in Boros mode. Makes me think red is a splash, except for the fact that they played it. Okay, we drew our 3rd mana, which is tapped, so we can't play Steeple Creeper, but next turn if we draw another land, we can play Senate Griffin, or we could just play Steeple Creeper. And then, like, Thrash Threat something out of the way. Light up the stage. You got it. Okay, so they're playing Mardu. That makes sense. Drill Bit. They can't cast yet. Okay, well, I'm just going to play this creature out. If they're spending their turn next turn, because they're unlikely to be able to get Spectacle, so if they're spending 3 mana, and presumably their turn casting Drill Bit, I'm super happy. Noxious Grudian. Okay. Fairy Duelist. Come on, Fairy Duelist. Alright, well, we didn't draw Fairy Duelist. I think instead of attacking with these guys, I'm just going to play Senate Griffin. Because if we draw another land, we can play Deputy of Detention, steal the Noxious Grudian, or whatever. Applied Biomancy is great. We'll take that. Applied Biomancy allows us to play Azorius Locket, therefore developing our mana while keeping up. Alright, well, we're just going to get rid of the 7 and the 6-drop. That's fine. don't want to tap that way. Okay, how aggressive are we getting? So I'm going to put on full control, I think, because I think what I want to do is deal my opponent infinity damage, 10 damage. So we're going to do both of these. Done. This one, and cancel, wait, cancel. What? Okay, try this again. Done. Arena, please. This one, submit. This one, submit. Full control mode. You're silly. So yeah, we're dealing them 10. That means that between Deputy of Detention and Thrash Threat next turn, we will be able to just get them. Because if they play 2 creatures, we can remove both of them. And 2 creatures is what it requires for them to survive. Okay. Wow, I did not expect this deck to get there. Holy cow. Alright, well, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.